back to my channel. My name is Keisha. I'm a birth and postpartum doula, childbirth educator, and mentor. If you guys are ever interested in my mentorship program to be a doula or a postpartum doula, make sure you click the link below. I have a mentorship program that I do, and you can sign up for a 15-minute call so you can learn more. Today's video is going to be the last of the part 3 of my induction series. We're going to be talking about Cervidil. Cervidil is the only FDA-approved cervical ripening for inducing labor. So I did want to mention that, but let's get into this conversation. So Cervidil is like a very thin strip of paper. It has like a little bit of a tampon string at the end of it. The purpose of it is for it to help dilate your cervix. Basically, once it's put in, it has prostaglandin on it that does that. Cervidil is usually kept in you for about 12 hours. It can be taken out and you can be given another round of Cervidil as well. So that's just for you to know, for your own knowledge. But Cervidil is the only FDA approved option for ripening your cervix. So I did want to mention that as well. Cytotec, I talked about in the last series, has not been FDA approved because they have so many different cautions and things like that when it comes to Cytotec. Especially when the FDA has warned with using it because, you know, it's not really the drug that's actually used for inducing. It was meant for stomach ulcers, and they just transformed it and decided to use it for inductions. So I just want to mention that Cytotec is the only one that's FDA approved. And what I love about Cytotec is Cytotec can be taken out if you or baby are not handling it very well. So if you're having too many intense contractions, it can be taken out. If baby's oxygen is low, it can be taken out. So I just wanted to mention that as well. That's why Cytotec is one of my favorite options. Actually, is one of the ones that I recommend to my clients to start labor with because it can be taken out and it's not one of those things of once it's in you, it's stuck in you forever. So a few risks for Cervidil. Cervidil may cause strong and long contractions, and of course it'll make the baby lose oxygen as well. So that's one of the risks of Cervidil. It also can cause irritation sometimes in the vagina, so make sure you consider that when you're getting Cervidil too. And of course, the benefit is that you will have a baby if your body responds very well to it. If you've watched all 3 of my videos of this induction series, I want to thank you so much for coming along this journey. I did want to mention that every induction is different. So even though I am giving you these risks, it does not necessarily mean that your body will go through these things. These are just things that you need to know and you need to have knowledge on before going into it. If medically necessary, again, if an induction is medically necessary, a lot of times it's just things that you just have to do. So understanding and being knowledgeable on these things ahead of time are going to be so much more helpful for you. And before we close out, I did want to mention one more induction method that they use. It doesn't deserve a whole video. It's a non-medical option for inducing labor, and that is a Foley catheter balloon. Foley catheter balloon is typically put inside of you, and I can try to find like a picture or something and I'll put it right here. But a Foley catheter balloon is inserted in you. Typically it'll come out on its own around 3 to 5 centimeters. When you dilate that amount, it'll just fall out on its own. There's people that have fell out during labor. You may have your nurse that comes in and tugs on it. I did want to mention with the Foley catheter balloon that a lot of times you need something to help you get contractions while you're having it. Because what happens is, even though your cervix is dilating, your body is still not in labor. So I don't care if your cervix goes to 5 to 6 centimeters. Your body is not in labor until you have actual contractions that have a pattern that shows that it's in active labor or shows that it's in early labor. So a lot of times they will use that Foley catheter balloon with Pitocin because it just makes more sense for it to be together. Or sometimes they will do the Foley catheter balloon. You can rest, and then they will start Pitocin at a later time. But with clients, I always suggest that they do it together because it just makes sense. But if they, again, it's always your decision. You always have a right to decline. So if they do decide to just do one and wait for the other, that's totally fine as well. It's just a suggestion. But yeah, that is all about Cervidil, and that is the end of this 3-part series. Thank you guys so much for watching, and next video I'm going to discuss what pressure looks like during labor. And I had someone to ask about it, so I thought it would be interesting to make a whole video dedicated to pressure and contractions and what that looks like, so you can know more about it. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe. I am on a goal to get to 200 subscribers, and I really want to get monetized, to be honest. So that is a goal as well. So share this video, send it to your family, your friends, whether they're pregnant or looking to get pregnant. Just share my content. You guys are helping me grow, and I really appreciate it. But that is the end of this video. You guys have an amazing day. Bye. See you next time.